Good morning, everyone. Dan Knopp here with the Des Moines Home Builders Association. Today we're joined with Jay Iverson from the state of Iowa HBA and Rachel Flint, who is our president this year. We just had a national, kind of an impromptu spring board meeting yesterday. It was all virtual. So we're going to talk about some of those things. It's a little deviation from our last video. But Rachel, why don't you go ahead and get started on, you kind of got the list.
I do.
So why don't you start the topics and we'll just have a dialogue.
Well, first we just want to say welcome and say thank you to everybody out there. I know this is a very challenging time, but I am seeing so many great things that are happening out there just in terms of with clients, with trade partners. So thank you to everybody who is out there and working hard and doing it in a safe way. Our board meeting yesterday was pretty interesting. It was our first virtual one, so we got to, and I shouldn't poke fun, but it was kind of fun to watch them kind of navigate the technology a little bit. But overall, it was a really good message. I think there was a lot of different things that were covered. One of the biggest things they talked about was vigilantes that are happening out in the States. And Jay, do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, actually, I've thought a lot about that too. As you know, we're not in a shelter-in-place order in the state of Iowa. States are rapidly adding to that list. We have to be smart with that. So driving around central Iowa here, I see large groups of people gathered together, shoulder to shoulder, working as if nothing is wrong. We have to be smarter than that. So what's happening in other states are it's being social media posted on, you know, the travesty of you know, all these groups all gathered together, spreading the virus around. I've thought about it just in my own cul-de-sac where all the kids are gathered, just playing like crazy. That's all great on a normal kind of situation, but the teenage girls are driving to and from wherever, parents are leaving. I mean, if that is brought to our cul-de-sac, that's going to spread quickly. So we just have to be smarter, and we have to be super smart on the job site too. Use the hand sanitizers. You just be smart.
So one of the things that Jerry Howard, who's the CEO for NHB, mentioned was specifically in the state of New York. New York initially had a shutdown and construction was exempt. And what we are being told, and I can share this, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So what we are being told is what happened in New York is that job sites, people were working, but there were vigilantes that went out and were taking photos of people working and sending that in. And that is truly what got the state of New York shut down, according to Jerry Howard. As you know, there's vigilantes, right? There's two different types. There's the vigilante who is truly doing the right thing, wants people to be safe, wants people to be happy. And then there are those who are the ones who are saying, if I'm stuck at home, everyone else needs to be home as well. And so between those two groups, I think there's a lot of vigilantes out there. So what we are urging our membership to do is be safe. Limit people to 10 or less in the home. Make sure that when you're eating lunch, when they're on their break eating lunch, they're not sitting on the same bench side by side eating that lunch. Not sharing tools. Making sure that if you do use the tools that you are wiping them down afterwards or using gloves on the job site. Using proper safety equipment, masks, things of that nature. They are encouraging that as well. Any other tips I'm missing, Nia?
Just be safe, be smart, you know, do the right things.
And be 6 feet apart. I should probably scoot over a little more.
If you can separate by floor, you know, have a crew working on the first floor and a crew on the second floor, do that. Be smart about it, because when this does turn around and we get the green light at some point, we all want to be ready to run.
Exactly.
I might mention where we're at in this state too. A lot of us have been working really hard to make sure that construction is deemed essential. In the state of Iowa, should Governor Reynolds put together a shelter in place. She did mention a few days ago that if we were to go to that, she would probably model it after Minnesota, which basically encompasses about 80% of their workforce. So I have a good feeling that construction will be a part of that, but let's not jeopardize it by doing dumb things, and it'll be all right.
Absolutely. So those are the kind of the big topics of if there's going to be a shutdown, will the shutdown happen because of the government, or one thing that we're hearing is could a shutdown essentially happen due to the supply chain? What are you two hearing?
You know, we had some good conversations even yesterday amongst our members, and they're seeing some small hiccups with things like faucets and ceiling fans, some things that traditionally would be manufactured in China. We knew there was about a 30-day window where the boats stopped sailing. We know that there's some hiccups on the West Coast with things being shut down, so that's going to become more and more prevalent. One thing they talked about yesterday was that the lumber has not stopped flowing from Canada, so we should be able to get some materials, but there are going to be some things that we know are almost exclusively manufactured and shipped in from China, and they're going to hit us sooner than later.
A lot of the states that are heavy into that manufacturing side of product, Indiana, Ohio, a lot of these companies have voluntarily shut down even though they're deemed essential in their states, so that's going to be a problem too. You know, just someone has the sniffles, we're shutting it all down, so.
So we think that the key thing here is that you're having to manage your business from multiple angles here, right?
Sure.
Making sure that your supply chain is tight and being able to make those switches quickly if need be, but being aware and communicating with your customers at all times is probably the key thing. SBA loans, that also was a major topic at yesterday's NAHB meeting. SBA loans are out there, they open up tomorrow. Dan, Jay, any thoughts on the SBA loans for a membership?
I might just mention, make sure you read your state newsletter that comes out every Thursday at 1:30. In today's edition, there's a long list, probably more information than you ever really need to know, but it'll detail it right down to a lot of potential opportunity that is out there too. It's a limited pot of money too, so if you want to be a part of that, you probably need to be in sooner than later.
That's right, act and act quickly. And I would say the other thing is apply for anything and everything at this point. Let the government be the ones to tell you if you don't qualify, but apply and really try to protect your business as much as possible.
And for those of you that don't get Jay's newsletter, it's on our blog at the bottom of our webpage. And we also have a reference to that NHB piece on our COVID-19 tab on ours. So dsmhba.com, you'll be able to find those resources.
That's very good. And finally, just because we know the attention spans are very short, we know 4 minutes is about all we get. And so, Dan, you want to talk a little bit about April 15th? That was when the skilled trades was going to happen.
Yeah, that's our Build My Future date, and 3 of the 4 Build My Futures across the state got canceled because of the social distancing, and we're all sad about that. But we've decided we're not going to mourn it, right? We've got a custom publication that we put together with some of the partners that we're really excited about. When we're talking to the schools, the teachers are coming to us saying, what can we do? Can we set up Zoom conferencing? Our kids are all spread out all over the place, so we're working with some of our partners for Build My Future. We're going to show some footage. We're talking about making a fun TikTok video. So we're going to do some things to celebrate Build My Future Day, which is April 15th. We've already set April 14th, 2021 as Build My Future Day for 2021. But the 15th won't be a sad day for us. It's going to be a day of celebrating the trades. So keep an eye out, connect your kids with it, let them know to talk to their teachers, and we're going to have some fun.
Awesome. All right.
Very good.
Anything else, guys, you want to talk about today?
No, I think be smart, be safe, stay healthy, because like I said earlier, when the green light hits, we all want to be able to hit the ground running. We know that our industry is an economic leader, and the rest of the country looks to us every time we have a recession or a downturn. We want to be able to help pull the economy out of the doldrums and get things moving.
Absolutely.
Any questions that you have for future videos or would like us to address, you can feel free to email Dan, Jay, or myself. So thank you, everyone.
Thanks.